Welcome back to another Pokemon What If Wednesday, where every Wednesday morning I post a video going through last week's investing and collecting questions, where your guys' questions will actually be featured in the video, and one person's question will actually help me make the thumbnail every single week. So please drop your questions down below for a chance to be in next week's video, and if I did comment to you saying great question, I might use this, and I didn't, please drop that same question again and make sure you put repeat question. And I'm not saying I'm some guru who just knows everything, but when I'm unsure, I always like to talk it out with a few people. It always helps me make my final decision. And we do have to give thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is ARIZONATCG. If you guys have a couple graded cards or a ton of graded cards you're looking to sell, you're not sure what to do, and you want to get that top dollar, ARIZONATCG is perfect for you. You just send them all your graded cards. That's it. They're going to handle everything else. They're going to post it to their massive weekly eBay auctions. But you do have full control. You can change it to buy it now. You can track your entire collection. And it does not have to be just PSA. It could be CGC, could be Beckett, could be Yu-Gi-Oh!, could be Magic the Gathering, could be One Piece. It does not matter. We got some Yu-Gi-Oh! Down here. And then the best part about all this is, too, they charge almost the exact same amount as if you started your own eBay store. But this eBay store already has 100% positive feedback with over 10,000 cards sold. But before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you. That's why I literally comment back to every single person. I feel like it's the least I can do. And I hope every single one of you is having a great holiday season and an awesome Christmas. And if you guys did not know, I dropped a video yesterday on Tuesday going through every single Christmas/holiday card that I could even find. So definitely check that out. But all right, let's get started. First one is from Yaboidery1, repeat question. Hey Beard, love the channel. I've pre-ordered some of the Prismatic surprise boxes. I've seen a few of them sell for $60, 3 sold for $189 on eBay. I also have a PC ETB and they are going up. Should I list my boxes, take the quick gain, and get ready to invest in a case newer upcoming sets like Glory of Team Rocket? Or will they go up more than that once the set releases? I'm also not an EV guy and love Team Rocket, and I'm going to open them. So if you're going to open them, that's a totally different story. So if you're opening them, yeah, you could probably take some profit and put it into other sets, especially if you are on a budget. On TCG Player, the Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center ETB has sales for $400. On eBay, it's closer to $200, but on here, not a ton of sales, but last sale $397, $299, $489, $397, $397. If it were me, I'd throw it up on TCG Player a little bit cheaper and hopefully get a crazy sale, but you never know, that might not happen. But yeah, if you're planning on opening it, you could definitely take the profit and save it for, the Team Rocket set that you actually want to open. But again, there's a chance you might not be able to get any of that Team Rocket set, because that set's also going to be super crazy. So you have to think about that. We got the surprise box here on TCG Player. Last sold 63, 63, 63, 63. So, that box was originally, I want to say $22.99, something like that. So if you're opening it, yeah, you could probably sell it and save up for Team Rocket. But in my opinion, I would just buy singles. It's going to save you so much money. Keep this stuff sealed. Buy some singles. That's what I do. Next is from @MKJabForever. Hi Beard, recently new viewer. I was lucky enough to pull the Master Ball Umbreon from Trestle Festival on my birthday. It is currently being graded, so waiting to see how it turns out. Do you think it will appreciate well due to the possibility of the English set not having that specific Master Ball? Or do you think that it will be in Prismatic and therefore drop in value? Hope you get to answer my question. Cheers. So if we do not get the Umbreon Master Ball, I definitely feel like the Japanese Master Ball will go crazy. Last sold $255, $300, $299, $239, $305, $335 on eBay. But yeah, on Justin Basil's channel or whatever, it says intentionally excluded cards. The cards below will not appear as part of the set, but will instead be released in other ways, such as appearing in promo cards in a future product. As you can see, we have a bunch of products down here with these evolutions. So we're not 100% sure yet if we're going to get the evolutions and Master Balls. Next question is from AV Nosewag. Hello, PokeBeard. What do you think the potential of the PSA 10 Lugia V Alt Art and Rayquaza VMAX Alt Art could be? Appreciate the vid. Well, let's see what they are going for. Lugia V last sold in a 10, $495, $475, $495. And then we have the Rayquaza VMAX, last sold $790, $800, $800. Now with the Rayquaza, I really feel like this card has a lot of potential still. The Umbreon just hit $2,000. There's absolutely no reason this card should not be $1,000. And in my opinion, I could even see this card getting to $1,500. Now for the Lugia, I also feel like it could easily be a $750 card, maybe even a $1,000 card one day. As we've seen, pop reports do not really matter anymore for these cards. If there's enough people that want the card, it's going to sell for a lot of money. But they definitely have some solid potential, I think. But I will say they will probably go up and down, up and down, up and down. Next is from @NexusHexus98. Hey Beard, what do you think about the Gogh Pikachu? It's continuing to climb and I don't know if I should keep him or not. So when you say them, it sounds like you have multiples. So if you do have multiples, I would definitely probably sell one. Because, I mean, this card was $80-something when it was one of the most talked about cards at that time. You know, sold for $84. Now last sold $260, $250, $225. One with the picture at $489, probably graded. So pretty much averages like $250. There are a ton of these cards too. Like this is not like a super rare promo. There are thousands of these. People were literally getting boxes and boxes and boxes of these, like actual cases of these. So it's not super, super rare. So if you do have multiple, definitely sell a couple probably and get some other cards you like. But if you only have one, it really is all on you. You know, it just depends on if you really like the card or not. I have a feeling this card will come down in price again, but I could be wrong. It could be a $500 card. It could be a $1,000 card. Like I said, if there's enough people that want it, it does not really matter how many there are. Next is from @MaxJackson9164. Do you think the vintage Team Rocket and trainer cards will go up in value with the release of the new sets in 2025? Well, technically, a lot of the Team Rocket cards have actually gone up in price since we got the announcement of the Team Rocket set. First edition Dark Dragonite was a $180. Now, you know, last sold like $230, $225, $220, $223, $212, $242. And that's just on TCG Player, but we got a ton of crazy sales. It really depends on condition for vintage. That's why it's so hard to track on TCG Player. But yeah, I definitely feel like Team Rocket will have a little boost for sure. It will get people nostalgic. Next is from @Hubert. Debating whether I should expedite grade or send it in for a regular month turnaround grading today. Umbreon. It really depends on if you are going to sell the card instantly. I mean, Express is $129, but estimated turnaround time is 5 business days. So if you wait, you know, even let's say regular is 10 business days, Value Plus is 20 business days. You know, you just said Umbreon, so I'm not sure which Umbreon. I'm going to guess the Umbreon from Terrestrial Festival, maybe the SAR or the Master Ball. I feel like if we do not get the Master Ball, like I said, that Umbreon is going to go crazy. So it probably doesn't matter how quick you do it. And then with the Umbreon Special Art Rare, there's a decent chance that it will go down in price a little bit once we get our Umbreon Special Illustration Rare. So it really depends on what you're doing. You know, if you're just trying to do a quick flip. And it also depends on which card, which I'm not sure. You just said Umbreon, so... Next is from @KevinNice9512. Hey, I recently got the Charizard V-Star on a PSA 10. Honestly, I'm surprised it's going for so low. Seems the card hasn't really moved in a while. Do you think this is a good hold long term? Brilliant Stars Charizard seem to be undervalued at the moment. I do feel like Brilliant Stars Charizards are undervalued. I think the whole set is kind of undervalued. But last sold in a 10, 130, 122, 144, 145. I mean, literally $122 plus $12 in shipping for that one. So about 140, 136 right here for a very, very hard to pull Rainbow Charizard in a PSA 10. That's really not bad, and I could definitely see this card gaining some value. I don't think it's ever going to be crazy expensive, but I could easily see this card being a $200, $250 card. I mean, when you look at all of the Sword and Shield Rainbows, in my opinion, this is one of the better ones that we got. I know a lot of people do not like the V-Star, but I have no complaints with this Charizard card. Plus, I still love Charizard. I know a lot of people do not like Charizard now, but I still absolutely love Charizard. I've been chasing Charizard for almost 30 years now. Next is from @Meteor4565. Been looking to buy a Gengar VMAX Alt Art and it's been booming lately. So wonder what price you think it will drop to and when you think it will begin to drop. So I'll take a little peek. Yeah, the Gengar is definitely going crazy. Last sold $450, $429, lightly played for $365, near mint for $550, $545. We have a sale here at $699, $465, $535. So it looks like you can get it close to, you know, $460, about $500. If we take a little peek at the actual graph, it was $201 before, got up to $410, went all the way down to $300. So right now it's closer to $500. I definitely feel like a lot of these cards will come down in price a little bit. We are in a massive boom right now. It's happened so many times. A lot of people think just booms go forever. That's impossible. It will not go forever. I could see this card coming back down in price a little bit, you know, maybe $400, maybe $350, something like that. But I think there is a decent chance that this card will stay above $500 and maybe even gain a little more value and then come back down to $5. You know, this might be a new plateau for this card. Next is from @SlayerFoxRacing1392. Hey Beard, I've recently picked up the set release Lenticular poster of 151 that is given out to stores upon release for display. I was wondering what you think of these lenticular posters. I actually love the lenticular posters. I have 3 behind me. I have 2 more right here. I'm a big fan. I think they are some of the best things you can possibly get for display. And they hold some decent value. The 151 sold for 120, 100, 66 on auction, 80, 90, 110. I mean, I would definitely buy this thing at $60, $70 all day long. I love these things, and they are huge. Next is from @Nick27D1. I prefer the look of CGC over PSA, but I feel like PSA cards fetch higher prices. Just curious if you agree and why that might be. Thanks, great videos. I definitely feel like CGC Pristine cards look very nice. So last sold Charizard EX in a PSA 10, 620, 620, 640. And then last sold in a CGC Prestige 10 for the Charizard 1200, 1125, 1025, 1200. So depending on the card, sometimes CGC Pristine destroys PSA. But PSA, you know, there's just so many more PSA graded cards, and there's not as many people collecting CGC. PSA is so much easier to sell and buy. But for these really, really popular cards, CGC Pristine 10s hold crazy value. I'm not the biggest fan of collecting the CGC basic 10s, so if you are going to do CGC, definitely stick to Pristines if you're going to do it. But in my opinion, though, I wouldn't pay $1,200 for this CGC Pristine 10. I would much rather have the PSA for half the price, which way more people collect. But it's nice to see CGC getting some crazy value like this, and that's literally almost double the price. Next is from @AlbertUbin5123. Good morning, Beard. So I got a question. I have 19 mini booster boxes of 151 sealed. One of them is a sealed case. 9 of them are loose. Also 7 Alakazam boxes, 6 Zapdos boxes. Should I hold or unload them to invest on something else? What's crazy to think about is there's people out there right now with collection boxes and regular ETBs and stuff that are trying to sell that to get the products you have. So you are sitting on good products. Now, it is a good idea to sell some of your products once they gain value to where you're not really spending money. So that is a good idea. What I would do, says you have a sealed case, definitely keep anything like sealed case wise and keep, 3 or 4 of each product or whatever you have. And then you could definitely sell the rest and invest it into other things. But you got to remember, you got a lot of fees and shipping and all that. Are you really going to be happy with the amount of profit you're going to make? So you really have to do the math and actually think about that. But yeah, some of these boxes are going crazy. Alakazam market price $40, Zapdos $40. The poster collection still hasn't moved too much, $27, $24. Booster bundles actually coming down in price. Binder collection's going up in price. A lot of the stuff is going up and down. But yeah, it's definitely okay to sell some products if you are happy with the amount of profit you're going to make. Next is from @Sims5428. You and Danny Phantom are my favorite YouTubers. Do you think you guys could or would do a collab one of these days? I would absolutely love to work with Danny. In my opinion, he is one of the GOATs, and I've been watching him for a very, very long time. But we just got to set it up. Got to get in contact with him. And it looks like we have a special guest today. One of my reindeers has come to say hello. She has to take a nap soon, so she wanted to come say hello to everybody. But all right, next question is from @DarkAlpha57. Hey, PokeBeard, love your content and uploads. Keep it up. Newer investor here. Do you collect Japanese sets and also hold for a long run? Planning on getting just the 151 since the price is not as bad and rumors for no reprints. But who knows? Let me know what you think, and if you do collect Japanese sets, what are your favorite ones? Thanks in advance. Have a blessed day and enjoy the rest of the holidays. You too. So I do collect a little bit of Japanese sets. Pretty much just 151, V-Star Universe, and now I have some Terrestrial Festival. I do not go super, super crazy, but if they are very, very solid sets like that, especially when they have stuff we don't. Like V-Star Universe has the God Pack where you can only pull the Pikachu from there. 151 has the Master Balls. Terrestrial Festival might have some exclusive Master Balls, and it's an awesome stacked evolution set. You cannot go wrong with that. So yeah, as long as they're top tier sets, I definitely feel like it is okay to invest in a little bit of Japanese. Next is from @RyanMeteor8944. Beard, I love what you do, and I've learned a lot from watching your channel. I got into investing when my son started playing the game, and I want to do some singles investing. I've heard you say collect what you like, and I get that, but I'd also like to try to pick up some popular characters. which Pokemon are in the S and A tiers from collecting individual characters. So of course, Greninja, Charizard, Umbreon, pretty much any of the evolutions, Blastoise, Venusaur, Mewtwo, Mew, and then, you know, for each generation, there's kind of a couple popular Pokemon. And you can't forget about like Pikachu and Suicune and stuff like that, and like the legendary birds, Lugia, Ho-Oh. But most people's popular Pokemon are usually a starter Pokemon or a legendary Pokemon. So you can definitely start by checking those out. And I definitely recommend going to Collectr and just look at all the sets. I know we have a lot of English sets, but it does not take that long to look at every single set. Like, no joke, sit there for an hour and you can look at every single English set and you will learn a ton. Next is from at Tristan Lardy 9671. Are you going to Card Party in Seattle next year? I'm actually going to go to both Seattle and Florida. Very, very excited for Seattle. I've never been to Seattle, but my wife loves Seattle. You know, she used to go there with her family back in the day, so that's going to be awesome. We're going to take like a couple-week trip there. Yeah, I will be going to both, and I am going to be a featured creator at both of these card parties this year. I've already had a little chat with Pat and stuff, so I am very, very excited. Card parties are honestly a blast, and if you're going, definitely hit me up, and we can hang out and try to go find some cards. You know, I love doing that. Next is from at 90s Kids Club. Hey, PokeBeard, 2-year listener on my personal channel. This is my Pokemon channel. You are a major influence of mine. I am a 6-year sealed collector, and my question for you, sir, is how difficult was it for you to start the channel in a time when it wasn't as popular? My Pokemon question is, how strong do you think Prismatic will be since they won't have the Master Ball Reverse Holos? So, yeah, when I started my channel, every Pokemon channel was getting less views. Like, they were all going down. All the big channels were getting less and less views. I just felt like I could still bring value because I was one of the few people that I've ever met that was in Pokemon the entire time. I didn't stop in high school like everybody else. I have been in Pokemon for 28 years. I've, you know, did every single set release all the way up until COVID, till 2019. Now I just don't have time to play anymore. But I did not really miss, I think I missed maybe 2 or 3 set releases out of every single Pokemon set release in history because I was either sick or super, super busy. So, you know, I know every single Pokemon card. I have a ton of Pokemon cards. And then I also felt like nobody was really covering the market as much as like I was looking up the market stuff at home because I was buying so many cards. So I was just constantly, you know, checking TCG Player every day, eBay every day, going to these card shows and card shops, just trying to find good deals, and on eBay buying lots. And you know, I was already at home buying and selling cards. I had a big eBay store, so I didn't have to go to work. I sold 1 card during the boom, which allowed me to, you know, quit my job and start selling cards at home. It was a first edition PSA 10 Lugia. If you guys know, you know, crazy expensive. And then, you know, I had so much time. That's when I just started pumping out 10 shorts a day, 10, 15 shorts a day. And then I just did everything I can to make my channel as legit as possible. Did months of research on cameras, microphones, lights, you know, tried so many different things. The most important thing for a YouTube channel, no joke, titles, thumbnails. If you are good at making titles and thumbnails, you will get so many views. Next is from at Thomas Wad 4772. Hey Beard, love the content. I'm thinking of trying to event at a local card show near me in the future. How much product do you recommend bringing? I'm mainly going to sell singles and try and have a variety of stuff, but I don't want to show up with too little or too much stuff. Any tips on where to start with this would be helpful. So I definitely recommend bringing more stuff than less stuff. It definitely sucks being at a card show and you just don't have very many items or cards and not many people are stopping at your table. So definitely just bring as much stuff as you can, you know, and let's say if some of your stuff isn't selling, you can also swap it out and change it up halfway through the day. So the more the better. Next is from at Melissa Van Gassen 6017. Thanks for answering my question. Another question. I picked up some Surging Sparks ETBs from my local Walmart and noticed 2 of them have rips in the plastic. I was hoping to keep these sealed to sell in the future. Is there a big hit with trying to sell damaged ETBs? Wondering if I should keep them sealed for the future or just open them at Christmas. Thank you. Love your channel. So I normally just open my stuff if it's ripped. You know, I feel like it's kind of meant to be. But it looks like you got 2 of them. You can just open up one and save the other one, you know, save the nicer one. You can always do that. And I've sold a few products that have like some tears and stuff. You're definitely going to take a little hit and it's going to take a while to sell. Sometimes you might miss out on 10 or 15%, but most of the times I had to sit and just keep lowering the price until they eventually sold. But Surging Sparks is very popular, and guess who does not care about ripped products? Box breakers. So you have to keep that in mind. That honestly changes everything. So I'm sure if you did keep both sealed, they would do fine. Next is from @Maryland Jr. Hey Beard, love your videos. Just started collecting and investing. My question to you is, how was the Pokemon market pre and post pandemic? And if you could have a Pokemon as a pet, what would it be? Or if you could see a Pokemon at the zoo, which one would that be? Thanks, Beard. Much love and happy holidays to you and your family. Keep up the great work. So before the pandemic, it was pretty chill. You know, it really depended on if the set was really, really good for it to take off. But even really popular sets sometimes did not take off. When the cards came out on pre-release, that was always the most expensive. There was like no doubt, you know, no cards would just gain value a couple weeks later unless it was like super playable or something like that. But yeah, it was just super chill. You know, it actually took a while for boxes to gain value. Booster boxes would always take, you know, 3 to 5 years. But I didn't mind it. You know, I like when Pokemon goes down because that's when I buy a ton of stuff. And if I could have a Pokemon as a pet, that would be a Suicune. Next is from @JacobMiller6316. First, thanks for all the genuine content you create and advice you give, PokeBeard. Question, I'm only able to do investing reselling as part-time gig currently, and have been trying my hand at buying lots on cards on eBay that include cards you have mentioned on Sleeper Sunday and on Market Mondays. I honestly get a little overwhelmed with the sheer volume on eBay, and my time to spend searching is limited. Do you have tips or tricks to buy cards on eBay, and could you possibly give us a short tutorial demonstration? Thanks again for everything you do for your followers. So on eBay, you got to find the good sellers. Make sure when you find a good lot, you follow that seller. That's a big, big deal. I mean, I really look at like the same 10 sellers every time. And then too, when you're buying cards, you got to check, you know, auctions ending soon, but then you also have to check buy it now, newly listed. Just think, if someone lists a really good lot on buy it now, and someone like me sees that, it's going to take me 30 seconds for me to instantly look at that lot, figure out what it's going to go for after, you know, I sell everything, and I'm going to buy that lot instantly. So they go really, really fast. So what I like to do, you know, check maybe 3 times a day, just check auction ending soon, you know, see what's going on, buy it now, newly listed. I check that a ton. And you have no idea how many awesome lots I've gotten that were just listed. Like I've even gotten a ton of messages to be like, well, I just listed that like 2 minutes ago. Yep. You know, I was on top of that. I seen that. So you could definitely do that for sure. And then, like I said, definitely follow the good sellers. There's some sellers out there that get crazy amount of cards that just do auctions and they, you know, no reserves, and you can find some awesome deals. Next is from @TrainersArchive. Hey Beard, any upcoming plans on you doing a one-on-one live stream with another PokeTuber? I'm sure myself and many others would really enjoy you speaking candidly about anything Pokemon with another PokeTuber. So I might. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of doing live streams, you know, especially with a baby. It's tough to like actually schedule that and stuff. Sometimes I actually have to watch her and, you know, I can't always be there for the live streams. And then, you know, if I was going to do one, you know, Rob Does Pokemon really wanted me to do one. That one seems fun. Nostalgianomics hit me up too. That one's a little bit longer. But if I do one, it's just going to be chill, probably like Rob's for a little bit. But yeah, I just kind of want to do my own thing. And last on the list is from @SotoRC1448. What do you think about box breaks and mystery products? I'm not the biggest fan. You know, I've said this many times. If you are someone buying into somebody's box breaks or mystery packs all the time versus someone who's like on my channel and, you know, just buys a little bit for fun on set release and then buys singles, the person who buys singles, their collection is going to beat the person who does box breaks and mystery packs 100% of the time. It's just a fact. And then on this channel, I really want to help people save money. You know, that's one of the main reasons too why I really wanted to start this channel, because I've been on a budget my whole life. I have a crazy Pokemon card collection, but every single thing I have ever gotten has been on a budget. So I just want to help other people, you know, really stick to their budgets. And it would just feel disingenuous for me to say, you know, don't buy a bunch of packs, buy singles. And then at the end of the video, be like, hey, come to my box breaks and buy a bunch of packs so I can make some money. So I'm not the biggest fan, especially with sets that you can go to the stores and buy. If it's a set that's kind of hard to find or like a little more rare, then that makes a little bit more sense to me. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. And same with mystery products too. I mean, packs are already mystery products. You might as well go buy some packs. But all right, that was today's Pokemon What If Wednesday. If you guys do like this content, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. And of course, you can join my Instagram and all that. But all right, I want you guys to have a great Christmas day and holiday break. And if you want to watch my last Tuesday video where I go over all those Christmas cards, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.